Morning everybody, this is day 3. We're just getting started. It's 32 degrees out here. I got Rob right behind me. We're just getting started. Probably should have shown right as we was getting out of the shelter, but we was in a hurry to try to get things going because I was running a little slow this morning, so the rest of them left me, so I got to catch up with them. They're not far ahead. But anyway, found a chapel up here, so I wanted to show that to you guys. I just thought this was cool. This is a little chapel by a pond right here. Very pretty, very pristine. So I want you guys to see that. And you get to, you know what I got to do every morning. Let me acknowledge the trail. So got that out of the way. Like I said, it's 32 degrees today. It's supposed to be partly sunny today. I'm hoping it's mostly sunny, because yesterday, according to my weather thing, it's supposed to be all sunny and we never saw the sun one time. So we'll see what happens this time. 32 degrees really doesn't feel that bad right now because there's no wind blowing at all. And if it stays dry, as long as we keep moving, this should be good. So when I see anything interesting as we're going down the trail, I'll break out the camera and show it to you guys. And we'll see what happens today. Following us a nice little creek right here now, so I figured I'd show that to you guys right here along the rhododendrons. Really surprising because it's 32 degrees out here right now, but the rhodies aren't laying down. Usually those things will sag down and lay down when it's really cold, but I guess all the moisture in the air is keeping them up. I don't know. But it's a really pretty area through here. All right, I'm gonna put this down. A wet wooden bridge is not my friend. So, well, it's got some shingles on it, so it's asphalt shingles to keep it from being slick. So hopefully it's not too slick. It's not. And sometimes you're just hiking along and something come upon you and the trail provides. It's nice to see one of those every now and then.
We're gonna wait on Rob.
Yeah, we can wait a little bit. Oh, we can go on. He'll catch us. And I want to keep this thing rolling because I know it's a pretty bridge right here. This used to be a covered bridge. Don't know what happened to the cover. I don't know if Helene took it down or if they just got old and they took it down. Still a pretty bridge, so. Still says low bridge. Didn't get that. Well, they got a horse barn. Horse looks a little stiff though. Don't think he's gonna take any long trips.
Horse looks a little stiff though. Appears to be a stallion.
Yeah, it might be a stallion. But he's a little stiff. He not gonna walk far.
Notice he doesn't brush it. There you go, Todd.
Got a pretty little view of the water cascading through there. Got a little bit of a road walk. But it's a gravel road. I don't mind these. They're not as hard on your knees. And there's very little traffic. Creek is gorgeous down through here though. Pretty going down through the tunnel with the mountain laurel and the rhododendrons. Yeah. Oh, it's gorgeous. Looking, starting to look a bit like a winter wonderland up here. Got a little ice on the trees. Don't know if the camera's picking up all that. So we've had a little freezing rain. A little bit of snow, not much, just a dusting. But everything, all the treetops, everything up here is covered in ice. A little chilly. .30 degrees. Thank God the wind's not blowing. And once again, the weather said partly cloudy today. So far, we hadn't seen the part that wasn't. This is what it's been like all day, as you can see. So we've not seen the part that isn't cloudy. Couch still struggling a little bit. He's back behind us. We've picked up a place where we could get cell signals, so Scott's calling his wife, so I'm just walking slow and taking pictures of some of the winter scene up here. We have been in a steady climb this whole way. So pardon my huffing and puffing. Hopefully you guys can see it's been snowing up here. Well, snow and leaves, it's just a dusting. The higher we go, the colder it gets. We still got a little ways to go. We're still climbing, and it's getting colder and colder. Hopefully we'll get up the top pretty soon. Don't let anybody tell you it doesn't get cold in Georgia. Finally made it to the top. We're at Scroggin Knob. I can't even talk. Still breathing hard. Not a beautiful view, but definitely a winter wonderland. Campsite right back there. We lost Rob. Rob was going to keep on with us, and last night got really, really cold, and he said he didn't have the right gear. He about froze to death last night, so we got to the highway, and he called a shuttle driver to come get him. He said he's going to have to reevaluate his gear. He's planning on doing the AT next year, Appalachian Trail, I should say. And I told him, I said, this is the perfect place to find out if this gear's not good enough. And at least he found out now instead of when it was on the Appalachian Trail. So I'm wishing him luck, and hopefully next year when he does the AT, hopefully he's leaving in March. Hopefully he has a good trip. I imagine it's a bit cold for them. They're probably gone for the winter.
We had one bigger than that in our backyard.
Need water?
I haven't been drinking enough, to be honest with you.
Okay.
So
Wanted to show you guys the hemlock tree. And you guys can tell us what the name for this is. This is not snow. It's freezing mist, so it's just a mist fall. You can see the fog. So it's not freezing rain, it's freezing mist. I think there's a name for it. Scott and I were talking, it's some kind of frost. But as you can see on the limbs, it's almost like snow. Very thick, you know.
Look at how it forms on the bottom of the limb. And
Yeah, it forms on the bottom instead of the top, yeah. So it's very thick, very pretty. But some of you guys who are wiser than I am can probably tell me the technical term for it, because I know there's a name for it. And we're up high enough where you got these beautiful hemlocks up here, and they really look good when they're covered up. See how bad I am from back there. That looked like a hemlock. Get up close to it. That's a holly tree. Hemlock's right beside it. Yeah, that's holly, but it's hemlock right there. I didn't realize they were right there together.
Look at how the frost forms on the outside of the holly leaves.
Yeah, it's right on the outside on all the.
So pretty.
Yeah, it's forming on the points of the holly tree,
Yeah.
on the thorns. That is cool. We're supposed to be going downhill pretty soon, so we're going to be out of this stuff. So I just wanted one more picture up in this. Of course, the weather's been really bad on this trip, so I imagine it's probably not the last we've seen of it. Kind of funny, the weather's been beautiful. The week we plan on taking a trip, you get this. But it gives you scenery you don't normally get to see, so what's to complain about, right?
Let me know if I knew ice.
Here I was telling you not to bring them. We're talking about Catula micro spikes. I told him, oh, you won't need those, not this time of year. I think I told a lie. Nah, hopefully it doesn't get much worse than this. We'll find out. Don't know if the video is going to capture this, but our partly sun is trying to happen. We'll see what it does. Yeah, folks, I know. I'm gonna cut the weatherman some slack now. He was right. She was right.
Blue sky.
We have some sunshine.
And some blue sky.
The sun has appeared and some blue skies up there. The sun has appeared. You don't know how happy that makes us. It may not be long lasting, but we have it for a while. Not really sure what peak we're looking at, but it made a pretty picture, so I wanted to take a picture of it. We came from this direction over here and heading down that direction. So don't know, we sit right here, sit on those rocks right there, ate us some lunch, just finished lunch. We're only gonna go. One thing about this trail, you're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. We want to keep going further because these 10-mile days are killing our time, and we're going to end up extending this trip into the days and then I know there's a snowstorm coming, and we don't want to do that. But these 10 miles, but where we're going today, it's either stop here or stop about a mile down the trail, and we've got a Scotch. It doesn't matter. You can look at it. We're not hurting anything. But it's either stop here about a mile down the trail and just hold up, because tomorrow morning we're going to be at a store, and that's where we have to do a resupply. I hear that store closes at 4 o'clock, and if we keep going on past the store, then we've got no place to resupply, and once we go into the woods, that's the last resupply. So we're sort of stuck. We're going to have to stop. The store closes at 4 o'clock. We could make it to the store, but then if we got to the store, the grill turn. I mean, it closes at 4, and then you still got to climb a mountain to get to the tent site, and it'll get dark on us before we get there. And we really don't want to set up camp in the dark, so we're sort of stuck between a rock and a hard place. And I'm sorry, I realized I had my finger in front of the camera. So we'll see what we can do and go from there. Hey guys, coming up on Falls Branch Falls. That's the name of it, Fall Branch Falls. That's what you see right. Hopefully you can see them. See if I can zoom in a little bit more. There we go. That's the falls right there. They drop a long ways, but it's small. But I did want y'all to see it. They got a lot of lurks for rent in this area, as you can see those out in there. Basically, I call them high-class tents. They're high-dollar tents where you just rent them, and it's a big, huge dome tent. Be kind of cool to stay in one, I think. But we're not. Falls are right pretty. I'm gonna give you folks a chance to see it. Good morning, folks. We are in front of Amicalola Lodge, as you can see right behind me. Had to cut our hike short, and I know this is the second one that we've had to cut short, but I wanted to talk to you about this, because it's one of those things where when you do wintertime hiking, you have to watch the weather, because the weather can change in a minute, and that's exactly what's happened to us. Right now it looks pretty good, but it got, as you saw in the last video, it was getting very cold. They're calling. We finally stopped and we looked at the weather reports, and the weather report showed that it's supposed to be, hopefully my truck's not too loud where you can hear that diesel engine going too much, and plus the wind's blowing a little bit. But anyway, it got to the point where the weather turned off real cold. The next few days it's supposed to be high in the high 30s to 40 degrees, with lows in the high 20s to 30 degrees. And it's supposed to rain steady for the next 72 hours. As you know, we already had rain. Our gear was already damp. We're talking about 72 hours of solid rain. Well, they call it mixed precipitation, where they're calling for snow, rain, freezing rain, whatever. And you know, we were getting ready to go into an area that was going to be the last spot we could possibly get off. And we talked to each other, and you know, it comes a point where it's too dangerous to go on. We can handle cold. We don't worry about cold. Cold, we got the equipment to handle that. But cold and wet is a dangerous combination, and especially when you got down everything. Cold and wet's a dangerous combination. So we could have got off trail and held up for a couple of days, 2 or 3 days, and then went back on. But you know, when you're planning a 5-day trip and you got to hold up for 3 of those, it's just not worth it. So we took the safe route, took the safe option. We erred inside of safety, and we're going to head back home. We'll try it again. We'll finish it up. I know we want to finish it up. All of us want to finish it up, so we'll be back to finish it up. Don't know exactly when, but we'll do it. Till then, folks, we'll see you on the trail.
Early sun and the biggest sky, greenish hills that I have these old stone walls and the ones they're holding, the only place I wanna be. Got shine light as it comes shining in your door. Got those words as they go by. Got shine wave as it crashes over you.